seated in a chair, seated on the ground, lying down, either way is fine. What we want is, again, that straight, erect back, so that that flow of energy, that channel of energy can move up the spine. But let's relax our body, relax our shoulders. Feel the connection. Chair, on the ground, lying on a mat, sitting on the couch. Find that connection. And let it feel heavy, let it sink in. Let's relax the muscles in your shoulder. Relax the muscles in your jaw. Relax that tongue muscle. I'm going to rest the tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth and close our lips. But relax those muscles in your cheek, around your eyes, across the forehead. Relax the muscles in the back of your neck. Let your arms feel heavy. And let's take a deep breath in. And let's release it. And take a deep breath in. And release. And now we're going to continue our breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And we're going to work on building those pathways in the brain. And I want you to imagine that you can see connections building. Maybe it looks like a shoelace going from one side of the brain to the other. Or maybe it's like a sparkler that we would use on the 4th of July, and you can see the trail as it waves back and forth. But make these connections from the right side to the left side, the left to the right. And you can see these connections like a river of light going back and forth. And you can visualize it, or you can move your eyes back and forth if that helps. And picture connections being built between the right and the left, the right and the left. If you sew, maybe you can imagine a needle going back and forth, connecting both sides of the brain. And let's move way over to the right, near the ear, and way over to the left, near that ear, and go back and forth. And we'll move at the front of the brain, connecting that right and left hemisphere. And we'll make tiny stitches right down the center. All the way down. I'm at the middle of my brain now. Connecting. All the way down to the lower part of the brain where it connects to the brain stem. And I'm making connections. And let's get crazy now. Let's go up to the right, on the top, and to the bottom, to the left. And we're going to make all these connections that are going to wiggle through the entire brain area. Building connections, all different pathways, new opportunities, limited opportunities. And maybe your connections have color. Mine are like a neon green. Maybe yours are gold or white. But we're creating all types of connections within that brain. And let's bring those connections from the front of the brain to the back of the brain. And so now I'm moving in a different direction, back and forth and back and forth. Creating new ways of thinking. Building creativity. Limitless possibilities. And just when you don't think you can fit any more pathways in the brain, let's create spirals. Spirals in the brain. New connections that spin around. Spirals. Maybe your spiral is like a funnel and it's big at the top and small at the bottom. Or maybe it's like a slinky. But create those spirals of connections within your brain. Now we're going to focus on that pineal gland. It's that pea-sized gland that's right in the center of the brain. If you would go down the top of the brain and inside the sides where everything meets. And let's cast a circle of light around that pineal gland. Let it shine like a gem, like a rhinestone in bright light. Send it energy, send it love, send it joy. See that pineal gland bright inside the center of your brain. Relax the muscles across your forehead and around your eyes. And bring your attention back to your breath. As you breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And we know that where we send our attention is where our energy flows. And we just gave our brain tons of attention. And this attention is going to create limitless opportunities. You may find that you're more creative today. That your memory is better. This is a great exercise to help fight off dementia, Alzheimer's. Opening our mind to new opportunities, new ideas. And know that you are creative. You are full of possibilities. And when you opened your mind, you opened yourself to possibilities that are limitless. When you are ready, go ahead and bring your breath back to normal. And if your eyes were closed, go ahead and open those eyes. With this practice, you might find some changes in your memory. I find that when I practice this, that I'm less forgetful. Before I would walk into a room and forget why I walked into the room, but I find that my memory has improved with this practice. I've opened myself to new ideas, new opportunities, a lot more creative in my thinking. One benefit that you may not see right away is that this helps to ward off dementia and Alzheimer's, and so it's a great practice. I'm going to unmute you. All right. So I pulled a card again today from the Wisdom cards that Louise Hayes created. And I'm always amazed at the card that I pull. I don't look through them. I just go in and there's a card that's this card says, "It is only a thought, and a thought can be changed." If you have a thought throughout the day, maybe you have a thought of maybe being sad or unhappy or jealousy, you can change those thoughts. The way you think is actually something you have control over, and you can change any thought that you have. On the back it says, "The thoughts I choose to think and believe right now are creating my future." And so you can create the future you want by changing your thoughts. "These thoughts form my experiences tomorrow, next week, and next year." And so what thoughts do you want to have? What future do you want to create for yourself? And when we go back and look at the Course of Miracles, it says that we have 1,000 blessings. And really, the blessings are infinite, but because of the way we think, they gave us a number, and that number is 1,000. We need to be open to those blessings and see them every day. And when you have thoughts of gratitude, thoughts of these blessings, you're going to see them. And this is the future that you can create for yourself. All right. Any questions? Any comments?
Good things to ponder on.
Yeah.
It is, yes. And this visualization gets easier the more you practice. And I practice it before I go to bed, and I just imagine these connections in my brain, you know, connecting the right and the left hemisphere. And it's really easy for me to visualize this now because I've been practicing it. So.
That's great. That's great. That's a good one.
Nice. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You guys have circuit class with, and she also has your questions and answers. So you guys have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Denise.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you Monday.
See you on Monday.
Okay.
Oh, Rose, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
Happy
thank
birthday.